Hey guys, what's up? It's Meezy coming at you live, and today is the first day of Techmas. So I just wanted to, okay, first of all, if you don't know what Techmas is, I actually just made that up. People typically call this Vlogmas or Vidmas or whatever, and I am a tech channel, right? So I just decided to make it tech related. And so basically, I'll just be posting a video every single day until Christmas. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of my face, getting a lot of good videos, and it'll be fun. So yes, today's video we are starting off with some positivity and words of encouragement, and we are doing just some interview encouragement and pep talk and just helping you through the ride of the interview process. Alrighty, so if you guys don't know, I am a software engineer, so a lot of this video will kind of be catered. So a lot of the information is general, but there will be a few things that are like software engineer specific because that's what I do, that's what I go through, it's what I've been through, it's what I'm currently going through. And it is really hard, okay? I feel you, I'm right here. Like, will somebody please just hire me? Live coding exercises, hacker ranks to take home. There's just so much pressure, and it's just like a lot. If you're graduating and you're looking for a job, it's like you already have that pressure of trying to have a job before you graduate. If you're at a job that you hate, then it's just like, do you feel stuck? Like you just can't get out, and like everything is writing on this interview, and they ask you to write an if statement, and you blank. It all goes away. So like. Even now, I'm like getting really anxious thinking about it, but like just chill, let's just take a chill pill. It'll all be fine. Just breathe and we will be okay. Alrighty. So my first word of advice, I guess second, since I already said calm down, is breathe, is don't give up. This is a very taxing process. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. Looking for a job is basically a second job. The number of calls you have to set up, the little intro calls just to see if they want to interview you. It's just all so much. The research you have to do on the company, all of that. So don't give up. It might take a while, but that's just the life that you live in. Hopefully, if you already have a job, then you at least have that job until you find the next one. And then don't forget, tech people, that there are more than 5 companies out there. If you don't hit with Google, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, I guess that's Google. But if you don't hit it, with the big companies, Apple, stuff like that, like it's okay. There are so many other tech companies out here that will be happy to have you on their team. And maybe Google is just not for you right now, but in the future it will be. So don't give up after being rejected by like those big top tier companies. Like it's okay. And I really have never met somebody that got hired at Google on their first interview. Most people I meet have to do 2 or 3, at least for full-time internships. I don't know. I haven't done enough research for that. But yeah, so basically just don't give up. Like it's okay. Like it might take 5 months, but the 5 months will end. Okay, so my next tip is to take a step back. So when you interview, you will probably get some rejections in your time. And you might just start applying to companies that you don't really care for too much, just to get some interview practice in. And that's all good, but even with the companies that I don't personally want to work at, I would like to make it to the next round just to know that I'm doing well in my interviews. So if I don't make it to like certain rounds, I like to take a step back and be like, okay, what happened in this interview? How did I respond to this question? How did it seem like the interviewer responded? What mistakes do I know that I made? What mistakes did I possibly make? Just kind of like go back and review all the things you've done in your past interviews. That way you can like reassess and reevaluate, come up with some new plans, some new ideas, some new ways to answer your questions, and do better going forward. And also just in general, kind of just like take a break. So let's say you've been studying every day up until this interview, and then you have the interview, but maybe you have another interview in a few days. Just that day that you had the interview, just let the interview count as your study time. Like you've done something for the day, just kind of give it a rest, give your brain a little rest, and do you can still study tomorrow. No big deal. All right, so my next suggestion is to do mock interviews. Now, there's for tech people, for software engineers specifically, there's a few websites where you can do mock interviews. Some of them for free, some of them you have to pay for the service. Some of them might let you do like one mock interview, then you have to pay, but they exist. So definitely do mock interviews. Honestly, if you tweet out like I need interview help, you might find some people who are willing to help you. That is for anybody. I definitely recommend that everybody find their community on Twitter. My life has honestly improved ever since I started following more developers on Twitter. Like, I feel like I've grown so much and it took so little effort. Like, just being able to tweet out random tech stuff, random coding questions, random JavaScript inquiries, and have somebody respond to me, like, that's amazing. It's like Google, but easier, and you probably will get a better answer. So yeah, mock interviews, you can tweet out to see if people will help you. I mean, you might even know somebody that works at a company, or maybe you have a friend that landed a job at a place that's similar to where you want to work. Like, just find something to do for a mock interview. And if you can't get any of these things, if none of this works for you, when you are studying for those interviews, just set it up like an interview. So, like, you're working on practice problems and you're giving yourself all the time in the world to do them. No, set a timer. And honestly, set your timer for even less. So typically in a coding interview, the coding part, you'll have like 45 minutes to do the problem. Give yourself 30. Like, start practicing to where you only have 30 minutes to complete a question. And that way, when you get in the interview and your nerves hit and it takes you a little longer, now you are used to doing a question in 30 minutes, and maybe it takes you 40 because your nerves hit. So I've talked a lot about studying for your interview. As a tech person, I mean, that studying normally comes with data structures, algorithms, everything that you learned in college that you dumped out immediately after you took a test, and now it's coming back to haunt you. In other fields, I'm not sure what you might have to study, but at minimum, you would also want to study the company that you're interviewing for. You don't have to know, every single piece of history, but you would want to know something about it. One, just because they will probably ask you on the phone, but two, because, I mean, you want to know if this is a place that you want to work, if you're actually interested in the work. So I say all that to say study with intention. If you know the position that you're applying for and you look it up, you find some people on LinkedIn who've done the position and you can see exactly what they've done. You can look it up on Glassdoor and see, how what those people do, how it's been reviewed. And then sometimes, like on Stack Overflow, or the name of the website is leaving me now, but you can look up literally like, how did this interview go? Like, what kind of questions do they ask? Are they more of a like problem solving type of coding question, or is it more algorithms based? Like, all these things go into your study sessions knowing what you need to do to get where you want to be. And also go in with the mindset that you are going to learn, that you are going to do well, and that everything is going to work out for you. If you approach your studying with like a really bad attitude and just like, oh, I'm so dumb, I'm never going to get this, it's never going to work, that's how your study session is going to go. So go into it with positivity. Go into it with the intention of learning, coming out of it, whether it goes well or not, you got the practice and you are getting better. While studying with intention, make sure that you are setting goals for the day. So I want to do 2 problems today. I want to do 5 problems today. I want to only work on hard problems today. Make sure you have a goal set in mind. That way you know what you're accomplishing. And as you accomplish things, as you conquer concepts, make sure that you go back and test yourself on them so that you can make sure you got them and it's not just like a fluke, or like today I was doing really well because I did all of those kinds of questions in a row. And you can still repeat it the next day. So just make sure you know what's going on, have an intention, you'll be fine. My next piece of encouraging advice is to be nice to yourself, but also be real to yourself. So most people have an issue with being really mean to themselves, or being really hard on themselves, expecting way more from yourself than you would from anybody else. You go into the interview feeling like they want you to be Bill Gates. It's an entry-level position. It just doesn't make sense, right? They don't expect you to know the answer to every single question, right? They want you to demonstrate your knowledge. They want you to show that you can do the work, and that you can handle the environment. So while you are preparing for your interviews, make sure that you are doing enough, but don't overwork yourself. So my advice, that might not be the best advice, is to push yourself to the limit. Just go as hard as you possibly can. You know, like Beyonce at Coachella, she said that she pushed herself harder than she ever had before, and she would never do that again. Find that limit of like, yes, this is the happy medium. Find the place that's before you get to, oh, I can never go this far again. Like, okay, a few steps before this spot right here, I need to stop. When I start to feel like this, then I need to stop, and I'm good here. This is my limit. So, take breaks, do easier problems, do whatever you need to make yourself comfortable, but make sure that you are pushing yourself so that you can get the results that you want. Because at the end of the day, you can manifest, you can write things down, you can speak it into existence, but if you don't put the work behind it, then you are not going to get what you want. And the last piece of encouraging advice, or just, some I see you advice, is that this whole thing absolutely sucks. It's terrible, but it will end. At the end, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? You will have a job offer at the end of all this, and it will have been worth it, and it's a lot, and honestly, am I making this video for YouTube, or am I making it for myself? Because this is just a really hard thing to go through. So I feel you. I'm with you. We're going to be fine. We're going to get these jobs in 2020, and we're just going to have a good time. So I hope that this video was encouraging. I messed up a lot while I was talking. It's been a little bit since I've been in front of the camera. But if you have any other tips, leave them below. Your girl is struggling, okay? I'm trying to stay positive every day. But sis, if one more person rejects me, I might just have to jump out of this window, okay? So, hire me. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. Day 2 of Techmas. No, is this day 1 or day 2? Whichever day. Day 1 of Techmas is complete. I am going to get my nails done tomorrow because I cannot live like this anymore. Oh my gosh. I tried it and it's just not working. My nails are breaking regardless. So back to the acrylics we go. You didn't need to know that. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye.